Y'all, I was just thinking, and I was like, wow, like, a lot of people will tell you things because their spiritual level is not where you're. Like, it'll be people who say they love God, but there's a difference between loving God and truly believing in Him and being in love with Him. You know, some people just love the idea of loving God. When you truly believe in God, you will, like, run when He says run, you will jump when He says jump, you will skip when He says jump. Like, God has been leading a lot of people a lot of different places. God has been putting a lot of things on people's hearts, but they haven't acted on it because they're too scared. But then they say that they love God. See, I'm not that type of person. Like, I don't believe in being afraid of anything because I know who God is. I know that if God is putting something on my heart, it's for a reason. If God is leading me to go somewhere, then it's for a reason, so I'm going to go no matter the distance. No, if God tells me to pack up and move somewhere the day after graduation, guess what? I'm going to do it no matter if I have to leave everything behind, because I'm going to be obedient to God. I'm going to put God first above everything. Like, you know, God created me. I'm going to be obedient to His will and show God that I do trust Him and that, you know, I'm willing to be used by Him. And I know that when He's put a calling on. Now, for example, my upcoming move. This was not an overnight thing. I've been led to this place for many, many years. Let me correct that. I meant drawn. For some reason, like when I was about to graduate high school, I was drawn to this exact same city and state that I am moving to. But my parents wanted me to attend college in Arkansas, you know, be close to home. And, you know, that's my family. So I don't regret it because honestly, I feel like even though I was drawn there, I don't feel like I was led there just yet. But now I most definitely am, because a lot of things that happened in my life during this time of me being in college, they were all a part of the process of what God is wanting. In this season of me being in college, God had been preparing me to be who He called me to be. I had a complete transformation during this. And I have nobody but God to thank for that. Like, so now, even though I was drawn to this place anyways, now I actually have an opportunity to go. And I know that it's nobody but God leading me here. Because, like, even though, like, friends and stuff, they'll try and tell me, like, you know, just, well, don't go there. It's too expensive. Why you want to move all the way there away from your family? I have family in California. I got plenty of family in California. Just saying like negative stuff, and y'all know me, I don't do that negativity. Like, I will cut you off real quick, but at the same time I also have to let the people know it's a difference between me just up and decide and out the clear blue sky I'm finna just move, you know, all the way across, leave everything behind without a plan or anything like that. Like, this has been set in motion for a long time. But also, like, if God's leading you somewhere, then He just is. And I, unlike those people who are saying this, I have enough faith, belief, and trust in God to know when to move. Like, I'm not about to miss my season now just because of naysayers. Remember, like, it's a process to the provision. Like, I know for a fact that there's a reason that everything happened the way that it did, when it did, and now, like, God already had for me, you know? Y'all, God just has such a master plan for our lives. And the blessing is when you move. You have to be, as long as we follow God and have faith, God knows our hearts, then we are in the position to be blessed anyways. As long as we get to the right place that God is directing us to, then we are in the right position to be blessed. God can use anything and anybody to bless His people. It really doesn't matter to me what it might look like, because I don't live my life based off looks. Like, looks are deceiving. I walk by faith. God is leading me somewhere, I'ma go. Like, I have a lot of spiritual discernment. Like, I have a very strong relationship with God. Like, I trust Him completely. But the gag is, a lot of people don't understand that they're in situations that are past due, that have expired. Like, at first it might have seemed like a blessing, but now Example, when you first got your job, you might have been so excited. You like, yes, I'm getting experience in my field. And now you looking around like, I'm unappreciated. I don't like this. And now God, this is actually my life. Now God then called you to the exact city and state that you've been wanting to go to, working in your field as well. So would you stay at what was a blessing when now it seems like it's a burden because it's like your boss tripping? You come on, y'all. Don't act as though you really gonna stay. Like, if you're gonna stay, you're settling, and I refuse to ever settle in my life. A lot of people miss their blessings because they're not obedient to God. They don't trust him enough or have enough faith to move when he says move, and I'm not one of those people. Always had aspirations for their lives to be creative directors and musicians and all these wonderful things, but they settled for what was familiar. They settled for a minimum wage job. They settled for living in the same city that they grew up in because they were scared to. Again, I'm not one of those people. So despite what other people may think, oh, she crazy, stuff like that, you're gonna see how blessed I am.